sophomore. For my favorite food is rice, and then my favorite food is
Wait, no, do it again, do it again. No, this literally looks so good right now.
Every single time he snaps me, he's at the gym, like most of the time. So I sent him the thing back. I was like, oh, what gym do you go to?
Pull up in my red Nissan, got the green Nikes on. Yeah, wait till I go to ISIS.
On their
I suck at gardening. I admit defeat to worms and use my watering can like a toddler before potty training. Yet when my kindergarten teacher handed each of us a pine cove, mine, covered in Cheeto bits and sweat, ran into the arms of mom and dad telling them they were now grandparents to a seed. I mean, what was the probability of a pine tree's longevity in sunny Texas where trees never grow taller than the average presidential height? But I didn't care. I loved it. Thought about it first thing when I woke up, eyes barely adjusting to the light as I ran out into the backyard to see if it grew. And it did. Sometimes a branch would grow lopsided or would even snap and break, but it didn't stop me from loving it. However, in my own upbringing, love could never sit across from perfection, so I loved myself circumstantially. I worked hard to deserve love, never eating the Halloween candy I got, intensely trick-or-treating for my mom's coworkers to pick their litter at a large round bowl sitting in the office with the lingering fingerprints of a naive kid, yet cavities still came. I didn't watch TV, years ahead in literacy but pop culturally illiterate, yet contacts rolled in. Nasal cauterization led to rhinoplasty jokes at school or the daunting appointments with my tiny mouth holding an avant-garde city of reciting robotic objects rent too expensive for my single mom. Dreamed of getting free hospital teddy bears because stuffed animals didn't fall under Asian parent budgets, but got a broken arm with no Mr. Furry but a furious mother. Lice, IBS, temporomandibular disorder, the words got more foreign as I became foreign to myself. I felt like a failure before I knew what the word meant, and maybe that's why I kept quiet, crawled into every corner of that word, as corners were much more of a misfit match for my awkwardly long limbs and mountain terrain textured face. I had no patience for myself, wanted to suffocate the loudness of my breath or the pounding of my heart, or simply hand everyone looking at me 2D glasses to pretend my existence wasn't real. I hated being in people's ways, causing any form of inconvenience, so I spent most of my life quietly absorbing the clouds all around me in hopes that everyone else could receive the sun. I listened to everyone's problems, carried their burden, and convinced myself that they were more important than mine. I felt grateful that anyone would even choose to spend their time with me, so I was constantly overcompensating each previous hangout, wanting to transfer all their sadness to me. I could handle it. That was my purpose. I was supposed to handle it. I needed to be of use. Only then can I be enough for this world. But as time went on, those clouds started weighing down on me. On the outside, I made sure my forecast remained forever clear, but inside, I was drowning from all the rain. And so, I would snap at times, moments where a rush of water would implode out. Tears, flood, chaos. I would feel horrible, stupid for not being able to control myself, determined to set up a better gate. But instead, each time the water came rushing out, it weathered the gate, and the gate got weaker and weaker until I was no longer able to contain the quantity or frequency. I have heaps and heaps of extinct worlds tucked away in my pocket, all imaginary, a cope until a coup, usually done so by my next personality 2 weeks apart. I categorized my worlds into two. One was labeled fake life, a mere daydream, escapism, an alter ego, Bella, Lana, Wen. But the one labeled pretend life was devastating. Pretend life was me, but with slight alterations, everything I could be. I didn't have regrets because I had fantasies. Pretend life made me feel so good about myself that life turned into shit. Before I knew it, months drifted out of sight. But I never felt alone. Until I returned to reality and people didn't live up to my imaginations of them. The dishes keep piling up. I don't even eat yet, the dishes keep piling up. I can't seem to escape clutter. I feel nervous with empty space. When too many things line up for me, instead of beelining, I zigzag. I've always been a materialistic bitch. Maybe it's because they don't leave, so I invest too much optimism in them that when they do, I weep. I wear my shirt inside out too often. It's like my mind doesn't even remember how I got dressed in the morning, so I'll meet you with my shirt inside out. One sock will be sliding off and I'll nervously fidget my toes to show you I'm very self-aware about it. This is how I will communicate in fidgets and telepathy. I will fill the rest of the silence with ums and nervous hums, but then become sensitive when you do the same. I will reveal way too much through a self-deprecating joke. I will then wrap my identity up in a to-go box and move cities. This year I moved to Vancouver due to child custody, but of course I tell everyone it's because I love the city. I met new individuals who hadn't heard from around the block that I was easy to manipulate. People that would call me intimidating or apologize to me first. For what? Why? If only you knew. Sweet person you can meet. But after the trial ends, you start to realize how fragile I am. You realize I'm playing Jenga with my self-worth and that you can easily pull out the piece that causes all of it to fall. You realize my convenience. I become your victim. Except my 2-week trials seemed to last much longer here. In fact, I wasn't a victim as much as I probably played as one. When you dump your trauma for the 6th time in a week, you wonder if maybe dumps over the toilet because they're full of shit. I met people that were unconditionally kind to me, people that would go the extra mile for me, and slowly here, I wasn't known as the people pleaser anymore, or even the kindest one. It was a relief, but it was also scary. Was I not nice anymore? Did I lose the only part of myself that is deserving? Was I the assailant? Was I a bitch? Finally doing something for myself felt like the most selfish thing to do in the world. The gate broke. No clouds. No ripples. Peace. Today was the tsunami. It had destroyed everything. My surroundings, my family, all I had ever known. But I wasn't drowning inside of myself. No, I felt dry for the first time. I wasn't fighting against the water to reach the surface, but rather how do you come back? You don't. You build a new land amongst the ruins, on top of the ruins. You feel selfish, you feel stupid, you feel uncertain, covering all of the old you, even the bright and good qualities of yourself with something new. You suffocate that version of yourself rather than ever feeling like you fully saved them. You walk life differently. I turned 24 today. That's what I told Sally at the makeup store. And the guy who set up my Wi-Fi, I even made up a fake birthday. Who knew I was an actress without a script? But maybe it's because the guy from the theater workshop respected me until he found out I was younger than him. All of a sudden, mature meant my bust, and my eyeliner implied I needed to be saved. Maybe it's because I looked 18 at 14, 16 at 13, and somewhere along the way, my age wasn't defined by the moon and stars anymore, but by the men who cover them at night. But 24? 24 didn't exist in their vocabulary. They didn't want me to be 24 because at 24, I wouldn't want them. So I told Sally at the makeup store that I turned 24 today. Except that Sally knew I wasn't 24. Sally easily stripped away the exteriors, the 16, the 18, found the bare naiveness of a 11-year-old. I had to learn how to be human again, and I was worse equipped than a baby. I would walk through nature and feel like there was too much life around me to fit in my lungs. My mom had to feed me through FaceTime. We didn't talk on her birthday, but I'm too frozen to feel guilty. I guess nothing matters as much anymore, at least for now. I'm not in my normal state yet. My brain isn't so fixated. The amount of unanswered texts don't just pop out of the screen like they used to. Though, how do you address a text to the police? Best wishes doesn't seem to quite fit the mood, does it? I ordered to go after I got out, and the lady asked me how my past weekend was. Good. And you? The lady nods her head. I smile. That same past weekend, I've been asked that question maybe hundreds of times. Yet her asking it was like hanging up ornaments, like taking more than one piece of candy from the bowl left outside, like not knowing how to order a meal because the waiter has piercing blue eyes, like playing Monopoly, but you don't even care about winning or losing because you're just happy to see everyone's participating. It's like the sunset driving home from swim practice, the rewarding feeling of it's all over until the next day when you have to convince yourself to go again. That's what life is about. Life's about feelings. Sure, some of them don't feel pleasant, but without any at all, you would never even know life's pleasant. It's crazy how an interaction like this used to feel mundane, because today it felt like the most significant thing ever. It reminded me to keep breathing. It reminded me to keep feeling. So who am I? I'm the girl that believed she was impossible. I'm the girl that tried to do something impossible. I'm the girl that started imagining the impossible. I'm the girl that thought life was impossible. But I'm the girl that then survived the impossible. I'm the girl that manages to navigate through what seems impossible. But how is this all possible? It's because of the girl that loved the impossible. Wait, who? Wait, why am I in the woods? What is wrong? Wait, what am I searching for? What is happening to me? No, pause, what is going on? Can we pause, like, cut, reset? Why is there a scene in the woods? Like, we know that I am a Mosquito's favorite buffet restaurant. Guys, I just gave the speech about how I survived the impossible. I'm not gonna survive the woods. I got my Mr. Furry. I don't need an actual bear. Oh! Do you guys hear that? Did I accidentally eat a mushroom? Am I hearing things? Who is what? Who is that? Nah, y'all got me high off of mushrooms. The first thing you showed me is a happy child. It's you. This whole time, it's not me I've been searching for. It's you. You're who I'm trying to find. You love that broken seed. You loved me. I'm the broken seed. Are all seeds. Some of us grow in malnourished soil. Some of us have already other grown plants towering over us, covering the sun. Some of us look like we aren't supposed to make it. And maybe it would be easier for the world to just discard us. But the storms don't just weaken you, they water you. I've drowned. But today, as I leave,